right, good. Welcome to Champs Club, guys. Welcome. Super pumped about some subject matter that I'm going to share with you today. And looking for a little bit of interaction. Okay. So thanks, Anthony, for being our scribe, our executive secretary for the morning. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to share with you guys some thoughts, and I've been having these thoughts a lot lately, and I think this will really help everybody, okay? When it comes to closing percentage. So when it comes to what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about increasing our closing percentage. So I don't know if you want to type that in there, just again, for posterity's sake, for the recording's sake, Anthony. Objective today is to increase the number of orders and increase the size of all of our orders. So Andrew, everybody, you want to share, put your thumbs up if you're feeling like you could use a higher closing percentage and you could use a higher average order. Okay. So we're going to kind of do both. Chase, good to see you. And I'm going to take this from, and let's just think about this. If you increase your closing percentage from 60 to 80, that's 2 more sales, right? But if you can take your average order from 400 to 500, let's talk about what that can do in your sales. So if I were to just throw it in the chat box, 6 sales, right, times a $400 average order, right? What is that? 6 sales. So every 10 demos ought to be at least $2,000 to $2,400 in sales, right? So that's in the chat box. 6 sales, $400, $2,000 to $2,400. Okay. So it is what it is. Maybe throw that in the chat box as well, or on the whiteboard, since we're recording the visual. You can't see the chat in the recording. So Anthony, if you want to put increasing your average, now I see it. Okay, cool. But if we go 8 sales, if we can get 2 more sales, and if we go to $500 average order, which by the way, during a push period, Anthony, I want you to hear this loud and clear. Andrew, Jens, Chase, you guys were all invited to the SC2 leadership meetings, the 2 Tuesdays that we had, the last 2 Tuesdays. And the objective of all of those meetings, besides cookware, besides flatware, besides signature set, ultimate sets, and the bigger sales that we talked about, which, by the way, you sell an ultimate set, does your average order go up? Sell a set of cookware, does your average order go up? We sold a set, Kaylin sold a set of cookware. It's pretty cool to have $1,000 plus order, right? Or it's even $2,000 or $3,000 order when you sell signature, ultimate, cookware, flatware. Your average order is going to be pretty high, right? So if you can take your average order, and instead of having a $400 normal average order, Allison Powell, if you can have a larger average order during the push, which, by the way, when you learn how to sell cookware, signature, flatware, and cookware, when you think about package selling, you can have a few more of those average orders that are bigger, or orders that are bigger, to bring up your average order. But if you can take your average order from normally 400 and take it to 500, and then take your 6 sales out of 10 and go to 8 sales out of 10, well, 8 sales, right, times $500 average order is a $4,000 week. And that's only on 10 demos. So once again, 10 demos in a normal week is like $2,000 to $2,400. 6 sales, $400 average order. But when you take it and get 2 more sales, but your average order goes up by 25% from 400 to 500, all of a sudden the same 10 demos, Anthony, turns into a $4,000 week. It might be, Anthony, because you sell an ultimate set and boom, there's 3,000 of it, right? You sell a signature set, there's a $1,500 to $2,000 CPO order. Yeah, the rest of the other 7 orders can add up to 2,000 pretty fast, right? So my point again is that the goal here is to go from a $400 average order to a $500 average order, and go from 6 sales to 8 sales. And I want you to look at what's in the chat and look what's on the screen. There is so many prompts on this whiteboard. I can't even see what Anthony's typed. Maybe lower it, Anthony. I don't know. And make it so it's more visible. I just have so many, like the Zoom wants me to click on things, and I don't need all these things. Okay, there. Most of it's gone now. All right, we're drawing now. People are drawing. Who's drawing on the whiteboard? Is it just me, or is it everybody? I don't know. Okay, so let me go ahead and now that I've said that, going from 6 sales to 8 sales, going from 400 to 500, look at your look at the size of your week now. I'm sorry, look at the size of what you sell on 10 demos. And then gents, and then Chase, and then Allison Powell, you do 20 demos in a week. Do 20 in a week. And now you're looking at an $8,000 week. And by the way, I've had them. I've had $8,000 sales week 20 years ago when the price of cocoa was different. I've had $10,000 sales weeks. And I'm not even good at my job because I'm a manager. I haven't been a sales rep since the 1900s, right? And so I want to point that out, that the objective here is to talk about adding average order and adding closing percentage. Now, how many of you can remember at some point a video, okay, a video that your manager sent you, like let's say you had 2 demos with no sale, and you watched a video about selling pieces. Do you guys remember that video? Right? It was like, oh, for 2 help, boom, we sent you a video. It was like 17 minutes, 18 minutes. Jesse taught you some things. I want you right now, Executive Secretary Anthony Rattle, to go ahead and type all of the takeaways from that video. So the takeaways that I have in my notes, because people send me their takeaways. Some of you have sent me your takeaways from this video. One takeaway here, Anthony, is the sale is lost in the rep's mind before the customers. So type that in. Most sales are lost in the rep's mind before they're lost in the customers. Gents, do you remember hearing that video? Do you remember writing that takeaway, right? And I'm saying to gents, but I'm saying it to all of you. I love this. Closing isn't a battle. It's a service. Closing isn't a battle. It's a service. Another takeaway. So hard return here, Anthony. Don't go into a demo not expecting to sell. Let's rephrase that. Rewind that. Let's say that in the positive. And that is, I'll say it my way. Ready? Think, are they going to buy Pearl or Classic? Not, are they going to buy? Are they going to buy Pearl or Classic? Not, are they going to buy? Does everyone see how that's a better way to think? Are they going to buy a Homemaker or a Galley? Not, are they going to buy? That's the way to think, right? I'm going through multiple people's takeaways. Another few takeaways here. You guys ready for this? No does not equal no. So you hit Alt equal sign, Anthony. That's how you get a not equals in the computer world, right? You hit no, Alt equal sign no, right? So no doesn't mean no. It means next option, right? Okay, there's another couple takeaways. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down. Takeaways. Okay, great. Here we go. A couple more takeaways. No, let's see. Okay. Here we go. The customer is always closer to buying than you think they are. The customer is closer to buying than you think they are. And I think this is good. Don't go into the demo to see what happens. Don't go into the demo with the idea that you're going to just, let's see what happens. I may stop with that. Maybe there's one more set of takeaways. Good. Okay, good. Okay, last one is be an expert at, it says selling pieces. Be an expert at selling pieces. And let's go with this. And then put this as another takeaway I'm going to add is everybody gets something for free today. Everybody gets something for free today. Okay. I love this. All right. Yeah, if you hit Alt equal, that's how you get. I'm pretty sure that's how you get it. All right. So here are those are some of the takeaways that I often get texted. Okay, Chase, you might have sent me takeaways on that video. Allison, you may have sent me takeaways on that video. Andrew, for all I know, you might have. All of you may have watched this video. So this is not necessarily new info, is it? Right? But let's talk about, is there any other thoughts? I'm gonna open it up. Anybody here have thoughts on that? Anybody have a thought on any of that stuff? Or Phil, you forgot this takeaway. Or something that may have come up already with what we've covered in 13 minutes. Gents.
I really like the whole everybody I actually really like the one where it says the customer is always closer to buying than you think they are, because I know sometimes I get discouraged because they make certain objections or I'm getting repeat objections. Those ones are kind of the ones that, like, even after I've handled them, those are kind of the ones that kind of just like discourage me the most.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing. You know, I'm going to use an analogy that we used to use way, way, way long time ago. It's so funny. But if you draw the drop down, Anthony, you can take the pen, do the marker, whatever. Anthony, let's draw 4 steps on a staircase. Pretty big. Draw it on the whiteboard here. And thanks, dude, for helping out. Draw that staircase. And with the pen or pencil or marker or whatever the heck it is, I don't know how to do this on this whiteboard thing. But you draw your staircase there, right? And you know, if you think about football, American football, um, uh, you've got, what's the goal of every single play? Are we going backwards now? We're going backwards. We got to go the other way. Got to go forward. Got to go right, left to right. Go the other way. All right. Draw the staircase. Okay. I don't know how to work a whiteboard. You're probably doing 100 times better than I'd be doing right now. Okay. So just draw a nice big staircase. There you go. Down. No. Okay. You're going upwards. I see what you're doing. I don't get why you're doing it that way, but that's okay. He's like self-conscious as he's drawing. Okay. So what's the goal of every football play? Put it in the chat box. Every football play since the beginning of mankind, no matter if it's first down, second down, you're on the 10-yard line or the 90 yards away from the end zone or 10 yards away from the end zone. What's the goal of every football play ever in the history of mankind? Even on the defense. Yeah, even on the defense wants to intercept the ball and get a pick six. Every play since the beginning of mankind is to get a touchdown. So if we were to draw that on the top step, and if someone's able to, or Anthony, if you're able to draw that, our goal is to have a touchdown on every place. So, guys, we used to say doing a homemaker demo is like going for a touchdown every play. You never do a football play with the intentions to only score 10 yards. You don't, like, the running back doesn't get the ball and go, bam, I made it to the second level. I busted through the line, but that's more than the average number of yards on a play. I'm going to lay down right here because I'm already over the 10-yard mark. I better lay down. They never lay down. The wide receiver doesn't catch the ball and go, whoa, that was 15 yards. Sweet. Let me lay down right now. They go as far and as hard as they can possibly go, all the way to the end zone, kicking, scratching until they can finally make it to the end zone or until they get tackled. And that's the best way to do a play in football. Nod your head if you agree. You always go as far as you could possibly go. So we used to call that going for the touchdown. When you sold a homemaker, we used to call in and say, touchdown, and I scored a homemaker. I scored a touchdown, and I sold a homemaker. That's the way we used to talk about it. So if you think about that, you should do a touchdown demo. So if you're writing down with the ideas of the takeaways, if we can scroll down a little bit on the whiteboard so we can see the takeaways above. And Anthony, you're doing so good. I have no idea how to do any of that stuff. So if you're going for a touchdown every single day play, Are you going to score a few more touchdowns? You're actually going to score a few more touchdowns if you're going for it more often. And you should do every demo, gents, with the idea of they're buying a homemaker or a galley. They're buying Pearl or Classic. They're buying a Signature, an Ultimate, cookware, flatware. But in reality, in football, does it happen that way? And everyone shake your head. No, it does not happen that way. But that doesn't mean you don't go for it. You go for it every play. And the more you're going for it, the more likely it happens. But you know what? You still wind up with 5 extra yards. You go with 10 extra yards because you're going for the touchdown every single demo. You don't go with, I hope I get 5 yards. I hope I get 10 yards. You're going for the touchdown. Now, that being the case, when the running back gets tackled, are they let down, mad, sad, upset that most plays don't end in a touchdown? No way. They're not let down. They're fired up and they got a 50-yard play. Holy moly, right? So like the second level on that staircase, it would be like a 50-yard gain. Put that down if you would, Anthony, if you can make it so pretty. If a 50-yard gain is the next best thing, or a 50+ yard gain, I didn't get a touchdown, but holy crap, I got half the field in 8 seconds or 20 seconds, 12 seconds. Like that was awesome. That's like selling a galley. Again, I'm not even talking about Signatures, Ultimates, flatware, cookware. We all know that's even better, right? But for our analogy, this is old school before we had half of that stuff. The selling a galley was like freaking awesome. By the way, you could equate every single one of these levels on the staircase to a $1,600 like list. A $1,200 like list is a galley. Do you guys understand when you sell a $1,600 like list, Allison, that's just like selling a homemaker. Selling a $1,200 like list is just like selling a galley. So just think of the CPO next to each of those stairs if you want. Now, the next level in a football play would be like, what's better? What's not as good as a 50-yard play, but it's really, really common and it's really, really awesome. And you want to score, you want to get a lot of these. It's a first down, right? Right, Anthony? So third step would be like a first down. Guys, in football, it's all about converting to first downs because then you get 4 more downs, you get 4 more downs, you get 4 more downs. Like, let's get a first down. So like they talk about how many first downs you get in a game. Like the stats on the sportscasters will talk about it. We got 11 minutes left. So first down is like selling a starter set, right? First down is like boom. And then you know what? They get a lot more first downs than they get touchdowns. Everyone nod your head if you agree. You get a lot more first downs than you get touchdowns, okay? Or $800 like lists, Caitlin, right? Blake, $800 like list, $600 like list, Allison, right? Chase, you sell a $500, $600 like list, you're fired up. They already have Cutco, you know, you sell them some pieces, right? They don't have Cutco, but they don't buy a starter set, but you sell them a like list where they get a fishing knife, 5 kitchen pieces, some scissors and table knives, and boom, you set them up with a first down or a $500, $700 like list. The next level below the first down, obviously, what do we need in football in order to get? In football, they just talk about getting 3 yards, 4 yards per play. 3 yards, 4 yards per play, you're going to get a lot of first downs because 3 or 4 of those, that's over 10 yards. You got a first down in 3 plays. So you talk about third down conversions. Guys, 3, 4 yards is $300, $400, $250, $350 piece orders. You know, your buy 5, get the scissors for free. Your buy 3, get 1 free. Your specials. Sometimes those specials are 6 items. It's a buy 6 table knives, get a peeler for free. Buy 6 table knives, get 2 table knives for free. Buy, 4 steak knives, get a 5th for free. Whatever it is, right? And then what do you have down below that? You got a couple yards. It wasn't negative. So what's the next level? It's 2-3 yards. It's a below 3-yard play, and it's $200. And I'm gonna go ahead and say right there, guys, that's like getting everybody gets something for free today. That was the last takeaway I put down there. Guys, instead of selling a reserve your buy now bonus, by the way, how many guys raise your hand? You're familiar with the last option in page 12. The last option is Mrs. Jones, buy a trimmer. It's only $91. It's $46 a month. And at least you get something. A promise order is a never order. Promise order is a never order. And at least you sold something. Guys, when they're going to spend $90-something, don't let them spend $90. because then they get nothing for free. You say, Mrs. Jones, look, if you want to buy one knife today and reserve your buy now bonus, and I will give you free stuff the second you call me and get me to get and buy a homemaker, like you want to buy a homemaker today, and you want to buy the starter set, you want to buy the galley set, I will give you free stuff in a month, in 2 months, in whatever. But I have a policy in my business that everybody gets something for free. And by the way, you can make that a policy. Ms. Jones, my policy is I want everyone to get free stuff today. You can say it that way. My policy is I want everyone to get something for free today. So I'll tell you what, if you love that paring knife and you love that trimmer, if you buy those 2 knives, I'm going to give you a Cutco peeler that you'll use every day for the rest of your life, maybe more than the knives. And is anybody offended at my policy is I want everyone to get something for free today? No one's offended. And you say, if you buy these 2 knives, I'm going to give you a $50 peeler that you're going to have and use every single day for the rest of your life. You'll use it more often than the knives sometimes. And they're like, huh. And Mrs. Jones, you can put that on 2 payments. And listen closely, gents. Listen closely here, Chase. Listen closely here, Andrew. Mrs. Jones, you could put that on 2 payments. It's like you bought 1 knife this month and you bought another knife next month. But instead of getting only 2 pieces, you get 3 pieces by doing that. So it's like you bought 1 knife this month, and it's like you bought another knife next month because you pay 1 month and 2 months, but you get 3 pieces at the end of the deal. In fact, you get it at the beginning of the deal. In the package with 1 payment today, you get 3 pieces. For what you would pay to buy just the trimmer, you're going to get 3 pieces in that package. And that's how you get a double, almost, the size of your smallest orders. Let me say that again. Double the size of your smallest orders. My policy is I want everyone to get something for free. You can take that whole box and move it below the staircase if you want, Anthony, right? And then you can have room to type. Okay, so my policy, that you get double the size of the smallest orders. Double the size of the smallest order. And then let's go back to those takeaways. If you know at the end of the demo, gents, let me say you this. If you knew they were going to buy a homemaker, every demo, if you did a homemaker demo, raise your hand if you would do a homemaker demo. You do a homemaker demo every freaking time. If you knew, now let's change the question, Allison and Andrew. If you knew they were going to buy a galley plus 6, it wasn't a homemaker, but you knew they were going to buy a galley plus 6 every demo if you did a homemaker demo. Let me change your mind here. If you did a homemaker demo, you were guaranteed a galley sale. Raise your hand. Would you do a homemaker demo? You would do a homemaker. Allison, if you were guaranteed a starter set, every single demo you ever did, as long as you did a homemaker demo, you do a homemaker demo, you got a $600 sale every single time. Would you do a homemaker demo? Raise your hand if you would do a homemaker demo every time. You would do a homemaker demo every time. All right, stop. Hold on, Chase. What if you sold $300 or $400 every demo, but you were guaranteed $300 to $400 every demo? By the way, at 20%, you make $60 an hour. At 20%. Most of you are at 25%. You'd make whatever that is, $75 an hour, 25% of 300. If you were guaranteed $75 an hour, but you had to do a homemaker demo, Chase, you can't do a lame demo. You can't do a non-believing demo, a wimpy demo. You got to do a killer demo, and you're guaranteed to make $75 an hour because you sell a below average $300 order. Raise your hand. Would you take $75 an hour if you did a homemaker demo? You just got to do a homemaker demo. Guys, you know where I'm going with this. If you were guaranteed a sale period for 2 knives, getting something for free with that customer, and they get 3 pieces, and even that at 20%, 25% of a $160 order, you get $40 an hour. $40 an hour by selling 160 CPO. Who would do a homemaker demo every time? What do you think is the point of this Champs Club? Do a touchdown demo. Do a homemaker demo every time. Stop thinking maybe they'll buy. Look at those takeaways. The sale was lost in your head before it was lost in the customer's. Right? Closing isn't a battle. Who thinks you're doing a better, look at me. Who thinks you're doing a better job if you sell someone 2 knives and get them a peeler for free? Who thinks you're doing a better job if you do that? Heck yeah. Who thinks you're doing a better job when you sell them a starter set? Raise your hand. Not like for you to make money. You're doing a better job for them. You're doing a better job for them when they buy a starter set. Yes or yes. Raise your hand if you agree. Yeah, you're doing a better job for them. So it's not a battle. Go to that second takeaway, Anthony, and where it says closing isn't a battle. And I want you to put in parentheses with and for, parentheses, with and for versus VS to or on. I know that sounds really funny, but let's discuss that. Dropping down with and for the customer, Allison, versus to the customer or on the customer. Anthony, when you're dropping down, when you're showing the smaller options, your mentality needs to be, I'm dropping down with them and for them, not on them, to them, at them. If you're thinking you're doing something to someone when you're selling them Cutco, you got problems. You're forgetting the value of Cutco. You're a dummy. You got to remember, they're going to buy it once, use it every day for the rest of their life, and never have to buy it ever again. It's so cheesy. We make a joke, your buns are covered, but it's a fact. You buy it once, you use it every day, and you will never regret it, and you'll never have to buy it ever again. Maybe put that down as another takeaway real quick. They will never regret buying Cutco. So no does not equal no, because it just means next option. The customer is always closer to buying than you think they are. And don't go into the demo thinking, well, let's see what happens. Go in it with the freaking touchdown mentality. Doesn't mean you're going to make a touchdown every play, right, Chase? In football, how many touchdowns are there in a game? Like 6 on both teams combined? It's like 5 touchdowns a game, maybe 6 or 7. How many plays do they play in football? So many freaking plays. But that doesn't mean every play isn't going for a touchdown. You go for the touchdown every play without the mentality of, I suck if I don't have a touchdown. You'd never think you suck if you don't have a touchdown on every play. But you go for it every play with the mentality that, A, everything else below it is still great, right? And the harder you play in every single play, the more touchdowns happen, but the more 50-yard plays happen, and the more first downs, and the more 5 yards, and the more 3 yards happen. So the mentality you want to have is that everybody is getting Cutco, period, and they're closer to buying than you think they are, right? The sales lost and the reps had more than the customers. So your job is to keep the mentality of, I'm helping my customer. And so I'm going to drop down patiently with the thought of helping the customer get something they'll buy once, use every day. They'll never regret it, and they'll always have it forever, and they never have to buy it ever again. Everybody gets something for free too. That one-piece order, I'll take it. I'll take a trimmer, but I'd rather sell 2 pieces, get them a peeler. I'd rather sell 2 pieces and get them a cutting board. I'd rather sell them 2 pieces and give them 2 sheaths for the 2 knives. I'd rather sell them listen to this. This is cool. Check this out. Buy a trimmer or buy a petite carver or a chef's knife, and then just buy one, get one free table knife. Buy one, get one free table knife. So if they already have a set and they're buying a chef's knife, I'd say, tell you what, just buy another table knife. I'll give you another table knife for free. That'll work on the app. Buy a petite carver, buy the new 4-inch vegetable knife, buy the 6-inch vegetable knife, and then we'll have you buy one table knife, get another table knife for free. Does everybody get something for free that way? Everybody gets something for free. Fast takeaway. Anybody? Anthony, you've sold a lot of Cutco. Anything you took from this, Anthony, as our executive secretary? Let me just open it up to you in this case. Anything you want to real quick say, wow, that was good. I'm glad we said that. Or don't try to build my ego, although I can take it. I want to hear what you got that matters to you. Okay, Anthony?
Yeah, no, I love that you talked a lot about like no does not mean no, because people love Cutco, but not everybody can just do the homemaker every time. And so just staying inflated and staying excited, just as you are dropping down, it really does make a difference, because no really does not mean no. It just means I need a better option.
Yeah, it means no on that option, but not no to Cutco.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not no to you either. They're not rejecting you. A lot of times you take it personally when they say, oh, we can't get it. Oh, and you're like, oh man, my push period. Oh, my fast start. Oh, my whatever. Right, gents, real quick. And then we got to wrap it because I want to keep this recording to 30 minutes.
Okay, all right. No, that's fine. We technically already went over by 15 minutes. But anyways, so what would you recommend us to do if we to fix our confidence if we aren't sure we aren't going to sell? Like, for example, like moments when like we don't feel confident that we're going to sell, like what would you recommend to try and fix that or try and help us to remedy that?
Rewatch this video and remember everything we just talked about.
Okay.
Because that is the facts. No printer. Okay. Those are the facts. Like dropping down is a service. We're doing it with them and for them. They're going to say things like, we can't get anything. We can't get anything. We can't get anything. Guys, they're just looking for the better deal. The customer's closer to buying than you think they are. So your job is to say, hey, and the last 3 sentences, I'll type them in the chat. Ms. Jones, you can get whatever you want today. You can get whatever you want today. My job is to just show you all the options. I get paid just to do it. Right? You can get whatever you want to get today. My job is to show you all the options. I get paid just to do it. Who's off the hook? You're off the hook because you're not being pushy. Your job is to do it with them and for them. My job is to show you all the options. And then you can get whatever you want today. Means you don't have to buy anything. You can get whatever you want today. I get paid just to do it. Lets them off the hook. You're not being pushy. But the last thing is, that doesn't mean you go into the next step, the next step, the next step with less expectancy. You go into the next step, the next step, the next step with more excitement, more enthusiasm. The galley set is the answer. The $800 like list is the answer. The smaller set, the smaller like list is the answer. That's what they're going to buy. Maybe they don't buy the bigger one, like Anthony said, but they buy the smaller one. That's the way to sell Cutco, guys, with the mentality that you're helping the customer for the rest of their lives. It's a little bit of money today, but 5 months pays for 5 decades. You know, when you think about a $400 plus average order, right? 5 months pays for 5 decades, and you're hooking the customer up. All right, guys.